Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I have something really special for you. I have a Adamancipator deck list for you guys. I have some replays of it as well, showing off the combo. And in a later video we will also show some replays against actual opponents. So you guys can kind of get the hang of this deck, because this is one of the decks that you will be seeing as soon as we're all playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. So as you all know, this deck has released today in Europe, officially, or depending on when you watch, the 16th of April. And it's now available everywhere in America and in Europe. And this deck is insane. This is one of the 3 decks featured in Secret Layers, together with the Rika archetype, which is not that good, and the Eldrick archetype, which is insane. And this deck is also pretty good. If you've played online, then you've probably seen this deck before. It's a really interesting deck. It works with a lot of smaller creatures digging through your deck like the miners they are, finding their boss monsters, sort of play style. So yeah, they're all rocks, so you have a lot of rock support. I will talk about each card, but a quick introduction is always nice. So yeah, the small Adamancipators like Analyzer, Researcher, and Seeker all have effects that summon themselves. And they all have an effect, the Excavate 5, and if you hit a rock monster that's not a tuner from level 4 or lower, you can summon it. So that's kind of where the deck will go, because all of their effects are of course once per turn, but they allow easy swarming. There are also some little rockies there, and they have effects when they are summoned by the effects. And inside of these little eggs, as you can see, there are big dragons, and they are the boss monsters that we will talk about later as well. So let's start off with the 3 Adamancipators. We have Analyzer, we have Researcher, and we have Seeker. So we'll start off with Analyzer. He's a level 4 rock tuner. All of the smaller guys are tuners. And if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, special summon 1 excavated level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster, Also place the rest of the cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. You can only use this effect once per turn, each effect. So if your opponent has a monster, you go second, you can just summon this, Excavate 5, extend, and then you still have not used your normal summon. So Researcher is the better one, because he's actually playable turn 1. If you control a rock monster, except Adamancipator Researcher, you can special summon this card from your hand, Excavate 5, etc. Pretty good card. This card can summon off anything, like you play so many rock monsters, so this card is definitely one of the best and the more pricey card of the deck. And this is Seeker, and Seeker summons himself if you control an Adamancipator. So each of these guys, Researcher and Seeker, summon themselves and they extend, and Analyzer doesn't summon himself turn 1. Reason for that is he's level 4, which allows for better synchros or different plays, so I guess that's what the card is. That's the card design that they were going for. Then in this deck list, we only play one of the smaller ones, Adamancipator Crystal Dragite. So there's a small gimmick in this deck, that is that the boss monsters have effects depending on what kind of attributes you have in the graveyard. Like Reptide, for example, has to have a wind in your graveyard, and all the rocks are the different attributes, but not all the rocks have a good effect. Dragite's effect is when he is special summoned by the effect of an Adamancipator, you could draw 1 card. And if it's in your graveyard, you could target 1 water synchro monster you control in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck. If you do, place this card on top of your deck. It's only once per turn. So this card is pretty nice if you excavate it with one of your Adamancipators, and you can summon it and draw a card. And that helps with extending a lot. So we are only playing the level 2 blues. Then we have the best rock monster in the game, Block Dragon. If you do not know what this card is, you must have been sleeping under a rock, pun intended. Cannot be normal summon set, must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing 3 earth monsters from your graveyard or hand. His effect on the field: rock monsters you control cannot be destroyed except by battle. And its graveyard effect is the best card effect. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add up to 3 rock monsters from your deck to your hand, whose total levels equal 8. You can only use this effect once per turn. So you have 2 level 2s and a level 4, and all of the other monsters in the deck are 2 or 4 as well, so you can add any card in your deck. This card is insane. We only played it 1 because we can search it, Then I'm gonna skip over these. We have Gigantes. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one Earth monster from your graveyard. This card helps extending. And then we have Kokai Guardian. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you control. Unless you send one Iron Core Kokai from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal one rock monster in your hand. And its effect is, when an opponent's monster effect is activated, quick effect, tribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy the monster. This helps securing your field turn 1. It prevents Nibiru, Ash, anything, and you can keep it alive as well with either the effect of Block Dragon on the field or just revealing any rock. And here we have Toki Doki. This card is insane. Okay, discard one rock monster, special summon from your deck one rock monster that has the same original attribute and level of that monster that you discarded in attack position or face down defense position. You can only use this effect once per turn. So you can just discard whatever you don't want, summon something back. You can discard itself to summon a Seeker or one of the level 4s that you want to discard and add, or summon Analyzer. This card is insane. So then we are also playing a Go Dodo engine in this deck. We play 3 Dodo Dwarf, we play 3 Go Gigas, we play 1 Giant, and we play 1 Utopic Onomatopoeia. These cards are searchable by Onomatopoeia. We will talk about that real quick to introduce them properly. This is Onomato Pickup, a continuous spell card. When it's activated, add 1 Onomat card from your deck to your hand. Then you add Onomatopoeia. You can only activate 1 Onomatopoeia per turn. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add up to 2 of these monsters from your deck to your hand. Cannot be the same category. Subaba, Gagaka, Go, Dodo. This card adds 2 of those. And a lot of these cards are different. He's both Dodo, Go. He is Go, so you can add both. This is Onomatopoeia, and he is treated as any, so you can add a combination of him plus any other. So let's talk about them real quick as well. In your main phase, special summon 1 Subaba Gagaga monster from your hand. And if you control a Go Dodo monster except Dodo Dwarf Go Glove, while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Great extender, summon any from your hand, make Granite, which is your main play, and then extend, and in the graveyard you can summon him back as well. This card is pretty good. This is Gigas. When this card is in your graveyard, if you special summon a Go monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard to face up defense position. You cannot conduct your battle phase to turn you activate this effect. Summon this, or discard the Gigas for the Onomatopoeia. Summon this, effect summon 1 from hand, summon Gigas back, extends. This is Giant, just another target. When its card is normal summon, target 1 Go monster in your graveyard, special summon the targeted defense, then change this card to defense position. It's a pretty good card. It's just a one-off. He's not that important. It's not that swarmy as the others. It's still good. And this is Onomatopoeia. He's all the types, as we said before. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 each from your hand in defense position, but you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZs. That effect is not so good. He's another target, and he fixes because he's everything. If you need a Go, then you do not have to search the glove. You can search anything else, which is nice. So that's the little engine. It helps swarm so much. You will see it in the duels later as well. And Jet Synchron for the Needle Fiber. Megaphant's Lion for the Needle Fiber. 1 Upstart for consistency. And the last card is another Adamancipator. It's Signs. They have a couple of spells and traps, but they're all not so good. Signs, you can target 1 rock monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Then if you special summon an Adamancipator monster by this effect, you can take 1 level 4 or lower rock monster from your deck, place it on top of your deck. So it's an extender. It fixes your hits for the excavates as well. Pretty good. So let's talk about the Synchro monster. This is Dragite. During your main phase, excavate 5 from your deck. If you do, you can return cards your opponent controls to the hand up to the number of excavated rock monsters. This card bounces without targeting. It's insane. And this other effect is when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect while water monsters in your graveyard. Quick effect. This is where the attribute thing comes up. Negate the activation if you do destroy it. So this is a spell trap negator. Pretty good. Once per turn. This is Reptide. He excavates 5 as well. But you can special summon 1 excavated rock monster in the defense position. And then place the rest of it on the bottom. Pretty good because this card can actually summon tuners, which the other can't. So this helps you extend into Adamancipators as well. And the second effect is a DD Crow if you have a win in your grave, but we're not playing any other wins. So this is Burl Savage because we can make level 8 synchros and Omni Negates are good. You can hard summon Herald of Dark Light in this deck, which is another negate. We have level 4s, 2 of these you end your board on, and the other one is Galen's Granite. Detach 1 Explosive Material, add 1 rock monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty good. Pretty good. Discard Searches, Block Dragon, or any Adamancipators if you need your hand fixed. And Appaloosa for the end board. Halquifibrax for the combo. IP for the end board. Cerberus if you need another Earth. Unicorn for playing through things, and Masquerena. Link Spider for the, what's it called? Beast the Lion. Auroradon, which is a combo card as well. And Union Carrier, in case your opponent stops you, you can equip Block Dragon from your hand from your deck to a monster. And the side deck, which will come up later, of course, to the bureau for playing through stuff and for going first, the anti-spells in order. So I have some replay combo for you guys as well. And all of these combos are played by Samhayas, a good friend of mine. Thank you for sharing. And he definitely is getting really good with this deck. He's been playing it ever since they were announced and since they were available on Dueling Book. And yeah, let's just go through them. So pretty good hand. Doki Doki to immediately summon more cards. Small misplay right here. He discards the Kikas to summon the Analyzer. Excavating 5. Summoning the Gigas. Because he's a non-tuner rock. Gigas is being summoned back, as you can see. Immediate synergy. Adding the Block Dragon. Summoning Researcher, because you have another rock. Another Excavate 5. Another Gigas, but we are hitting the Go Giant instead. It's a really difficult deck to fix everything in. With your level 2 tuner, somebody Wind Extender. Hitting another rock. This time we can draw a card. This is a tuner, this is a monster. Let's make Halquifibrax. Link level 2 tuner, level 2, make the Herald. You now have to negate as well. And until this point you still have not summoned Block Dragon, so even if your opponent in the bureau is here, it's still great. Here you have Appaloosa. Another Extend. Another Synchro for the Savage. And here Block Dragon comes up for the Eep. Adding the Gigantes to Researcher for next turn. Dark Dragon summoned, set the Chalice that we had in hand. You end on a 3 monster negates, an Interruption by Unicorn, 1, 2 negates. Pretty good if you ask me. So, second replay, quite different here. We see the spells coming up. Upstart Goblin for the Signs could pick up there. Here you see the Gigas being discarded for the Onomatopoeia. Summon 1 from hand, summon 1 from grave. This is insane. It kind of feels like Luna Light, this deck. You have a rock, you can summon this card, summon the blue that you hit. You already have 5 monsters on the field without losing any advantage. Galen's Granite, focus point of course. Adding the Block Dragon. Halquifibrax. Block Dragon being summoned. Oh, not being summoned. Time to extend some more. Of course, the green Big Bird can summon tuners, which comes up. And the token is being summoned as well from the Megafint Beast the Lion. Synchro for the spell Trap Negate. Summon the Block Dragon. Appaloosa for 3. Adding Gigantes. Seeker, which still has not been summoned. So you can summon Seeker, hitting another Go monster. As you can see, this deck can summon so much. You still have the Gigantes, you still have the Signs in hand. Glove being summoned back from the grave. Savage being summoned. IP being summoned. You still have the Signs, which can summon any rock monster. And now you have the level 4 as well. And the Block Dragon for the IP. And you end your turn on a Eep. Again, Unicorn, 3 monster negates, Dweller. Of course, you can also make Tornado Dragon, 2 negates, 1 being Omni, 1 being Spell Trap. It's so good. This deck is so good. Next hand, not a lot of go cards, but you do have both of the researchers. So now we can kind of show off what they do. Oh, here we actually pick up the Onomatopoeia card. Summoning back again. It's so strong. Summon the researcher. Mill the Bluestone. You'll play 2 copies of this card, so after so many deck filtering, actually mining through the deck as Konami intended. Summon everything back because you have a go monster, Needle Fiber. Extend some more tokens. Appaloosa. Then the extend with the Wind monster. Doki Doki, good pickup here because you can discard the Gigantes now. Using another Excavate from the Seeker. Kind of thinking now, of course. Using the Doki Doki before synchroning away for the Heralds. Another negate. Still have not used Block Dragon, so this deck is insane even without. But of course it's really nice for the next turn play. Here he finally is. IP, heading Researcher, Gigantes, the second copy, and another Seeker for the next turn. Gigantes, rank 4, Block Dragon on the field. No Savage this time, still 1 Spell Trap negate, 1 Omni negate, Dweller, 3 monster negates, IP. It's so strong, so strong. For the next hand, I'm just gonna show you a bunch. Starting off with the Doki Doki. No Adamancipators in hand. But here it is. Summoning the Go, triggering Gigas. It's like it was meant for each other, honestly. Oh, misclicks. Adding the Researcher, not the Block Dragon, because we already have it. More Excavating. This playstyle looks like so much fun. I played it myself today a lot. It's such a good deck. It's so fun to play around with it. Synchro for the Heralds. We are safe for Nibiru. And Appaloosa. 3 negates. Block Dragon add. It's a +3. It's okay, it's a +3. More rocks. At this point there's still access for the level 8 Synchro. Savage. IP. Signs for the Monster Reborn. Stacking a monster. The Dweller. 2 negates. Dweller. IP for the Interrupt. You have everything. This deck is so ridiculous. And one more replay for you guys. This will be the last one. Starting off with the Doki Doki. Hitting the Go. Can it summon after hitting itself? Except during the damage step, it can. Of course it can. Why not? Old cards, right? Gallon's Granite hitting the field. Block Dragon, it's the blocky boy. Let's go. Fiber X here. Still a Lion. Not banning the card. No. We have to ban Steam the Cloak. We have to ban... What's it called? The Strudo. No, this card is fine. So we have to play that Adamant. They knew it. They knew it was gonna happen. They couldn't. Link Spider, etc. Appaloosa. More extending, hitting the rock. Drawing 1 more card because we need more card advantage at this point. so strong. Nice, more extending. Just so good to hit those cards. It's just so good. It's a +1 for free. Build your board. +1 anyway. Three chalices a back row. And that's it. You have the Draw Guides, the IP, the Dweller, the Appaloosa. So difficult to play through this still. So, surprise, one more replay. I'm gonna mute the sound, then we're gonna fast forward it so I can just talk about this. As you guys can see, it's so much swarming. It kind of looks a lot like the, what's it called? The Lunar Light deck that was just banned, but then slightly better. It's just so much advantage, so much summoning. It does have its weak points though. The Gallant Granite definitely is one of the weaker points of the deck. Being able to be ashed, or impermanence or failured. Interesting though, he's gonna go for the Jet Synchron player. For the Auroradon. After you summon Auroradon, you can summon 3 tokens. You cannot summon any link monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. You can tribute him with another card to summon a Mega Phantom Beast, summoning the Olion, allowing the Herald play. And now his summon's just gonna synchro. As you can see, it's so versatile. We didn't even see Auroradon at this point. If you guys want to see this duel more up close, you can of course always pause the video. So yeah, this deck is just so good. It's so strong. Like every time we play, even going second, it has so much options. It's definitely normal summon heavy though, and dependent as well. But if they summon an element and you use Judgment Hit or whatever, and they just have signed a Monster Reborn it, you're back at the start anyway. It's just so strong. This deck can do so incredibly much with so little cards. This is the list we are currently testing. Again, shout out to Sam, thank you for the list. In the next video, coming out probably tomorrow, we will also have some replays for you guys to showcase truly what this deck does in a match. It's just so incredibly good. You're gonna see this so much. So I will put the download link of this deck in the description down below so you guys can play it for yourself. And yeah, I will see you in the match replay video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to pick up this deck, or if you want to play it, or if you play it differently, be sure to let me down. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video.